out more, right, you can actually go to elegantthemes.com/join. It will be in the slides, the link, so you can feel free to go ahead and check that out. Okay, so moving into how to actually build a website with Divi, right? Actually, similar to how I went through with you Elementor, I will show you guys how to actually build via Divi. So that's the main difference between Divi and Elementor, right? Is that Divi requires you to have a license, which means that you have to upload the plugin manually, which is why I'll be showing you how to actually upload it. I have personally uploaded it, so I will not be doing a second upload, but I will show you how the process will be like for those that will be purchasing it. Okay, so first I was going to So on the dashboard, right, on the left, similar to just now how I show you how you download the plugin, right? It's a somewhat similar process, but there's a one slight different step lah. So similar to the previous process, you go to add new. However, this time, right, because this is a licensed product, like I said, you're required to buy it and download it from the website itself. So for those who will be uploading a plugin, you will need to first download the plugin file, enter your dashboard, go into add new, click the upload plugin, which is on the top left hand corner. Click on upload plugin, select a file. So this is my Divi builder file, but then I already have it uploaded, so I will not be doing it again. So after you select your file, the file name will appear here, and then you can click install now immediately. So after that, you can actually activate it, and you'll be ready to go. So that's how simple it is. So now I'll jump straight into building the website itself. So I'll start off the first page. So the first page that I'll be going through with you guys will be how to actually create a menu. So this is an example of a menu, but then I will show you guys the current menu that I'm having for my training, which is under the Divi Team Builder. So going straight to our board. So if some of you guys might recall that I mentioned just now, Elementor requires you to have another theme customizer installed, such as Extra, WP, Ocean WP, and also Generate Pass. Those are three options that you can have. But for Divi, right, you don't even have to worry about it. Once you get the Divi product itself, it has an inbuilt theme builder, so you don't have to actually download another extra software, or I would say add-on, to actually support the software itself. So if you were to go to Divi, right, you can see they have something. If after you download Divi, it will appear on your left-hand side, the toolbar on your left-hand side under your dashboard. Hover your mouse across Divi, you will notice there's something called Theme Builder. So from there, right, you can actually edit your menu and your footer. So let me begin by editing my menu. So I start with this Theme Builder. Okay, that, as you can see, I have currently two versions. One is a global footer, because I disabled my global header, so this global header does not even work, like does not even appear. So I will not be showing you guys this, but I will be showing you guys how to actually create a header yourself. So before I begin, right, I will show you guys how to actually navigate through Team Builder itself. So first, right, if you were to assuming that you have no builder or no Team Builder, like you have nothing created yet, you need to create a new template. So starting with that, you click on the plus sign. From there, right, you can actually select which page you want this header and footer to appear on. Like what I said just now earlier on in my slides, right? I say that consistency in your layout is something important, and then you can start with your menu itself. So this is something that you might want to click on all pages. However, if you're like in the marketing or designing firm, right, having a fancy page, it might be a very life-changing, not say life-changing, but it's a very significant thing for you in the market. So if you want to have a very fancy page for your website, right, then you can select specific pages, hover across specific pages. You can select different pages to actually have your header and footer appear on it. So assuming that I only want my current header to appear on my book, I can click on my book, and then you will see my book being one of the listed pages to have it appear on. After that, assuming that you only have one page that you want to have the footer and header to appear on, you can just go ahead, create the template. But for today, I will not be creating a new template because I'll be going through how to actually create a header. And it'll be faster if I don't create it with a new template. So assuming I have already selected the pages, as you can see, I have selected 4 pages here. And more of that is the about page. So let us take a look at what the header I have currently created. And this was created meant for the training. I mean meant for this training that we're having right now. So going in right now. Okay, it will take some time to load. So if any of you recall, right, earlier on during Elementor's training, right, I actually talked about the theme customizer, which requires you to actually go onto the global, the header, the primary header to actually edit the entire menu itself. Unlike Divi, right, Elementor is a bit more structured because the fact that they don't have a team builder themselves. But Divi actually have a team builder themselves, so it's actually way easier and way more, like I said, user friendly for builders and also like new builders like me. So then I can actually start the whole process off by starting a new section. And you can see that it's actually very user friendly because of the way you can use it. Like whenever you click on a certain logo or symbol, it actually pops up options for you to choose from. So there are 2 options. One is new section, which means I'm going to create it from scratch or with a new layout. Second is add from library, assuming you have something prepared for this section now. So since I have nothing prepared for this section, I will start with a new section. I will try to replicate this entire menu for you guys to have an idea of how you can actually go about creating a menu. So starting with the first part, I will start with a regular section. I will select 2 column, one small and one long column. And then I'll go ahead, hold on, I'll adjust my column so that I can actually have it to full width. Select our column, go under design. So before I continue, right? So similar to Elementor is that you have 2 options. One is section settings, one is column settings. So in Divi, right, there's actually a bit more confusing thing is that they have multiple layers. Taking for example, I have this section which is section settings, followed by the row settings, and whatever I do inside the row, it will be considered column settings. So it's break down into 3 different parts: section, row, and column. So just keep that in mind. You can actually play around with that and make use of it very effectively if you are aware of what you're dealing with. So now I need to actually maximize my column structure. Go under design, under sizing. I will extend the width to 100% first, followed by maximizing the width to the full length. So you can see right now I have everything in place. All I need to do is now drop in the menu. So now I just need to search for the menu, click on the menu, and it will be appearing here. So now you have the menu set up, right? You will see that this is the entire list of pages I have. So what I can do is actually, I have already pre-created a menu. Later on, I'll be showing you how to actually select certain features, select certain pages to appear on a specific menu itself. So now I will be using the training menu, which I created for this training. As you can see, it pops out here. I need to throw in a logo, throw in our business logo. So upload it. Now you can see it's all onto the left because under design. Okay, before I continue, right, there's nothing much here, but I would like to explain specifically which tools are meant for what. So the element, right, is actually to actually drop in shopping carts and search icon. As you can see, this is very straightforward. From the word itself, you can actually assume that it's just a shopping cart icon and a search icon. So from there, you can actually link it to your store if you have any store. And for the search icon, it's actually meant to search for certain pages. assuming the visitor is a regular visitor and he know what is he looking for lah. And then he will just come into the page searching for the exact product or exact page he wants. As for links, right, it's basically the logo link, for example. If I leave a link in the logo, if someone clicks on my business logo, it will bring them to the exact page. Similar for the module. So what does module mean is basically the entire column, right? If they were to click anywhere away from the menu itself, they'll be brought to a certain specific page. So that's something you can play around with. And for background, it's very straightforward. You can have a background for the menu itself. Take, for example, I put black, and the entire menu is now black. So I'll just delete this. I'll leave it as none. And now I will go ahead with design. So now I need to create a layout. So first I will leave it as left aligned. But for the menu text, I will move it. I will create a form for it. Select a form for it. I will select toppings. Maybe bold. Then align it to the right. So now you can see it's somewhat similar, right? And then I just need to adjust the menu text size, 16. Yeah. And now I will now adjust the logo. So how to adjust the logo signs, right? You actually can find the logo signs under the menu, under sizing. So you click on sizing, you will see logo max width. So if you take a close look at the logo, right, if I were to shrink it down, you can see that it actually gets smaller and smaller, and it will get bigger and bigger if I were to pull it to 100%. So depending on how big your default logo sign is, you might want to adjust the logo sign max width so that it will fit your entire menu perfectly. So I'll maybe make it 60. I'll give it a 60, and I'll just leave it there. And now I will adjust the spacing. So for the spacing, I'll maybe give it a 10 margin for the left and right. Yeah. Okay, now I just need to include the background for the entire section. So going into the background, I will just need to go into my row settings. You can also adjust your row settings from here. For instance, I would like to make it like this instead. Okay, never mind. Menu is on the left, so I only can make it left longer, right shorter. Then I can from here edit the size, spacing. Assuming I want it to be 150, or maybe just 50. So you can see the whole menu moving. But for now, I'll just leave it as 0 because there's no need to move the menu. So I'll leave it as 0. So this is where you can actually play around the size of the actual menu itself. So back to the topic, I want to actually include the background. So assuming I want it to be black. So under the whole entire row settings, you can see row settings. I just drop the black color. And then now I realize my text is actually not white. So I have to go back to my menu settings, change it to white text. So under design, menu text, can change the menu to white. As for the active menu link, active link means by whenever someone hovers across your link, right? What color you want it to be. So I might want it to be white still. Or maybe red. So if someone hovers and clicks on it, it will turn red. And then for this side, I will include a button called Contact Us. I will change the Contact Us. Then adjust it to the size. Alignment maybe center. Or maybe to the left. Custom button settings. Maybe put it 18. Text color. Background color white. So you will notice that actually, right, most of the settings is actually based on what you have in mind. So assuming that you have a design in mind, right, all you need to do is ensure that everything you carry out fits your idea, fits the idea of your entire website, the layout. So that's something you want to consider before starting any website. So I'm just basically changing the settings so that it will look similar to the one at the top. So now you can choose to have an icon. Assuming I don't want an icon, I can just leave it here. And now I just need to make sure that it's nearer to the text itself. So I can adjust the top margin to be 10. Or maybe 20. Okay, maybe 15 is better. 15 will be sufficient. And then maybe to the left, I'll put -10. Yeah, and then it will be closer to the. That's one way you can create your entire menu itself, which is why I find this way more friendly as compared to the other, to Elementor, because when it comes to building it from scratch, right, Divi is a better option in most of the tools, in terms of their tools, etc. So I want to have my icon shift more to the right. I will put a 50 padding, or maybe 80 padding. So you look more to the center. And maybe I want to make it smaller. I can drag it up, drag it up. Yeah, so it look like this now. So it's somewhat similar to the one above. So this is how you can actually play around with the menu. So this is not the only way you can do the menu. So now that I have completed this, right, I will show you another way that most people or most websites make use of the menu. So starting with the first part, right, I'll leave this page for now. So before I leave, right, do anyone have any questions regarding the menu part? So okay, before I continue, right, this one, right, if I were to set for all the pages, right, it will appear similarly on all the pages. But for now, right, I only set it for 4 pages, and all 4 pages are related to our training. So this is how, so most of our pages will appear like this. Yeah. Okay, I shall delete this because if I were to save it, my pages will have 2 menus. So before I continue, right, anyone have any questions regarding the menu part? Hello, anyone have any questions? If there's no questions, right, for those of you who have Divi in your hand right now, I'll give you guys like around 10 minutes, not 10 minutes, sorry, 5 minutes to practice, because I will need some time to set up the next part of the training, which is to actually showcase to you a series of methods or series of sections and designs you can use to actually create your own very own Divi webpage. So for the next 5 minutes, go ahead and try it out. And if you have any questions that like pops up in your mind, just go ahead and voice it out. I will try my best to reply to every single question. Yep.
Hi.
So I will need like around 5 minutes, I guess. I will get back to you as soon as possible. So do take some time to think through on the things that I've taught so far. And for people who have DV, so you can prepare yourself, because for the next few section, everything I teach is very hands-on now. So yeah.
I got a
Thank you.
question to ask.
Yes.
Regarding like the WordPress, right? I signed up for it, but then I need to pay because for the site, for personal site.
Yeah.
So like I don't am I able to play around with Divi and um all of those even if I don't purchase a site?
Yeah, for Divi you will need to have a site because Divi itself, the software is paid. So like I mentioned just now in my slides, right? Divi is there's no trial for Divi lah. If you take a look here, there's no trial for Divi. So if I'm not wrong, right, the free version that you're using is a WordPress, right? Hello, the free version you're playing with is WordPress, right?
Like I signed up for WordPress, but then like I don't think I can do anything if I don't purchase the site.
Yeah, all you can do is actually create a fictional, not really fictional, but more of like a practice tool kind of site. So
Okay,
only
so
you can see.
I have to purchase the
Yeah.
person. Okay.
Oh, no. If you want to publish it, then you have to purchase. That means you
Mm,
want to let other people see it, then you have to purchase.
okay.
But in terms of what you asked me, in terms of like whether you can use Divi itself, right? From what I know, Divi don't have any free version. So assuming that you're using the free WordPress, right? From what I know, you should be able to use the free Elementor on it. But you definitely will not be able to use Divi because Divi does not have a free version. Yeah. I hope that answers your question. So basically explaining it is just Divi is paid and you can't use it. And if you're using the free WordPress, most likely you can use the Elementor, which is free. Yeah. Yeah. So I hope you can give it a try. For Divi wise, right, if you don't have access to it, it's okay because for some of you, right, you might gain access later on if you continue to work on website designing. Yeah. Andrew might be able to like provide you with some resources. I'm not quite sure. So you might want to check with him later on. But for now, you can just look through on what I teach you and then take some notes or maybe. Yeah. So give me some time. I'll set up the next part of our lesson. I will get back to you all soon. Thank you.